So we made it to Slovenia. Let's check out our little condo, apartment, hotel thingy. So we've got the main room with the TV, of course. And right down the hall, we've got the secondary room. And right in the middle is the bathroom. And this is really weird, but all of the paintings on the wall are identical. There's just this weird cave painting. So we got this one, we got this one. Got two more in this room, and then one downstairs in the main hallway. They're all the same. What the heck? Well, it's a new day and a new location for the European 2018 extravaganza. This time the Postshnovska Park. Am I pronouncing this right? Probably not. All the way in the country Slovenia. They've got a lot of cool touristy attractions. First and foremost, the second largest tourist spot in Slovenia, the biggest castle in the world inside a cave, home to 14 different species of bats. This castle was gradually built over many centuries. The first main family lived in it for over 250 years, and afterwards the Vindiškrich family stayed in it from then until just after World War II, when it became a nationalized castle, a nationalized park, something like that. Now I know what you're thinking, a cave, like, ew, gross, they're cold, they're dark, they're damp, and you're not wrong, but caves provide excellent natural shelter as well as clean drinking water. And in this case, there are many secret passages in and out. So if push comes to shove, the residents always have a way out. It's not necessarily a pleasant place to live, but it is very safe. This is a Slovenian Robin Hood from back in the day, giving to the poor, stealing from the rich. Unfortunately, I don't have his name written down, so sorry about that. This upwards front-facing room was the last line of defense for the castle. We've got these small cutouts that you can lean on and shoot arrows through right here, as well as these openings to drop heavy and sharp objects, as well as boiling liquids such as boiling water and even molten metal. And this is where they would heat up the liquids to melt them down and burn your face off. Toilet. And of course, no castle would be complete without a creepy, gross, moister, wetter torture chamber dungeon. A cute little nook for studying and reading. Got one of the main kitchen lounging areas here. You can see just by how thick the walls are, there's lots of safety, but unfortunately, very little comfort involved. That naturally brings us to the kitchen, which might not look like much, but back in the day, this kitchen was lit. And there's also this hole that leads down deeper into the cave, which acts as a natural refrigerator, because summer, winter, rain, or shine, the internal cave temperatures are pretty consistent. Climbing a second set of steps brings us to the terrace. The movie Armor of God, starring Jackie Chan, was filmed at this castle. Unfortunately, though, he fell and suffered some pretty nasty injuries. I'll definitely have to check out this video as soon as possible. It was a real challenge for the film crew. Be extremely careful. Let's go check out these stairs. Now, I'm a really tall dude, but despite the fact I still struggled climbing these stairs because most of the stairs were almost all the way up to my knee. It's pretty crazy. Moving right along to the master suite, which has surprisingly good tastes in cloth and color choice. Sharing a door with the master suite was this like baptistry chapel type of place. Another little nook off to the side for Sunday churchy type services, I suppose. And traveling up yet another flight of stairs, we're getting pretty close to the top now. The first room at the top is this, the armory, and the tour guide jokes, the armory, aka a teenager's bedroom. And yeah, it's definitely an armory. Got some pretty sick maces, swords, helmets, a lot of cool stuff, which I'm sure I would be very into if I was a teenager 300 years ago. In the attic of the main part of the building is the housing for the castle's staff. The butlers, the cooks, the cleaners, all those types of people. And despite being simple staffs, many of them had their own chests, which was a big deal back in the day. To have a wooden box filled with your stuff, that's pretty prestigious. Danger bell. Stranger danger. Ding, 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 ding. Before we continue any further, we take a quick side trip to the main observation deck, which of course has fantastic views of the entire valley and the castle. This view, however, would not have any trees, at least not until the other side of the hill. For safety purposes, they would need to see far away, so that people couldn't sneak around and try to lay siege to the castle. So all these trees are planted in the last couple hundred years, I guess. So far, all of this castle stuff was just in the mouth of the cave, but up one more flight of stairs grants us entrance to the belly of the beast. So this was a drawbridge at one point in time to further enhance the safety of the cave part of the castle cave. Oh wow, how about that? Probably built towards the end of the 14th century. That's pretty though. Need to HDR the crap out of that. There's a secret ladder. Oh, where does that go? Holy cow. It's pretty crazy. Got some water collection apparatus. Goes down and around. This is probably the fireplace, like the kitchen, blacksmith. Little alcove. That water collection apparatus actually feeds into the main part of the castle with these natural canals or whatever drilled into or carved into the walls from the cave, which allow the collection of clean drinking water. This of course brings us to the final room of the castle, where typically official business was conducted, but back here in the corner they have their secret like safe house room where they could hide, but they also stored their precious documents, family heirlooms, and things like that. And then there's also this hole right up at the front where they would keep their dogs, mostly typically hunting dogs, but still. Cute little hole for your dogs. Got the cellar, but it's closed right now. So apparently a lot of people hid their stuff in the cellar, and I guess it was really good because nobody found it until about 400 years later when they did major renovations on the castle in the early 90s. So, good hiding spots. And there you have it.